Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you're doing well. It is officially my first day of summer break. Yes, I made it. I have survived the school year and I am on summer break and I'm so excited. I can tell I'm on summer break because when I just went to the bathroom to apply some lipstick, I had a huge swipe of peanut butter on my cheek that had been there since 7 o'clock this morning, and it is now 3:30 in the afternoon. So that's kind of how my summer break is kicking off. But other than that, it's been a good start. I'm trying to do some cleaning and organizing around here. Hazel had her first day of summer camp at a baking place where she's learning to bake. And I enforced a time limit on screen time, so the kids are outside playing, which is lovely. I'm also trying to play catch up on filming today. So this is video 1. Wish me luck. Today I'm finally doing my Empties and Low Buy update for the month of May, right? I think I'm doing May because it's June now, right? We're in the month of June and I haven't done May. May Empties and Low Buy update. I'm pretty sure that's right. So let's get into it. I have one empty for hair care. This is the Big Sexy Hair Blow Dry Volumizing Gel. This was in my friend's project pan, and this came through an Ipsy bag years ago. So it's always exciting to finish off a little product that's been taking up space in your cabinet for years and years and years. And when it's finally gone, it's like, wow, it's like, because a lot of the items that I use up, I often have to replenish, but this is one of those items that once it's gone, it's going to be gone forever and it's not going to take up any more space in my house. And those are always the most exciting empties. So I am really happy to have this go. As far as hair gels go, I think it was okay, but I don't think that's a product I need in my life. In fact, this has been gone for several weeks and I haven't used a hair gel since. And I haven't really missed it. So I think that says a lot. Let's move on to my little perfume samples. I have 3 more empties for this month. I finished off Escada Joyful. It was good, but not something I would want to buy a full size of. Pretty sure this is not available. It seems like Escada perfumes are like seasonal and limited to some extent. I don't really know. I'm not an expert, but it doesn't seem like they last a long time on the shelves. And once they're gone, they're gone. But although this was a nice smell, I didn't think it was very strong. Like I could barely smell it after I sprayed it. And it wasn't something I was like really attracted to. I've gotten a couple of perfumes in the past month that I am really attracted to. Actually, both of these are 2 that I really enjoyed. First of all, I have Michael Kors Wanderlust. This was lovely. I really enjoyed it. And then YSL's Mon Paris. I can see why it's a cult fave with so many people. It is really a lovely scent and I liked it a lot. And both of those ended up going on my wish list for the imaginary day when I need to buy a perfume. For the body, I finished off 2 body lotions. First of all, I finished my Bath & Body Works Mango Mandarin. This is an oldie. I've had it for a long time and couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. It took me a long time to get through this. I worked on it, well, I guess 5 months. I worked on it for about 5 months. So really glad to have it gone. And I just zipped through this Clinique Happy Body Moisturizer Deluxe sample in like 2 months. I got through it super fast. The first month I only worked on it for a couple of days. And then this past month I finished it off. I actually didn't mind it, although I've told the story a million times. Clinique Happy never smells as good on me as I think it should. I had the same experience with Versace's Bright Crystal. I once smelled Versace's Bright Crystal on my sister-in-law and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And so I came across a sample. Luckily, I didn't buy the full size and it's never smelled as good on me as it does on her. But yeah, really happy to have this gone. I think I had the intention of pairing the perfume with this while I was working on this, but it never ended up happening because I feel like I'm getting a little far behind on my perfumes that I'm project panning right now. So I ended up not even doing that. I just used it up as is and I'm okay with that. Okay, for my face care products, I finished off the sample of Dermalogica This one's called the Phyto Nature Oxygen Cream. This is an expensive product. I can't remember how much, but I looked it up when I did my Instagram post on this, and I think it was around or over $100. It's a really pricey product, but I really enjoyed it. This sample came complimentary. I want to say Influencer, but it could have been Skeepers. I'm not sure, but I really enjoyed this a lot. It's just a pricey item, something that I would probably only buy if I had a whole bunch of Ulta points, because otherwise, I don't know if I would want to fork up the dough for that, but it was a really, really good moisturizer. I also recently finished my SPF moisturizer. I use this during the day. This is from Strivectin. This is the Multi-Action Super C SPF 30 Vitamin C Moisturizer. I love this product, and luckily I have a second one of these. I received one of these complimentary through Influencer, and then I received another one complimentary through Skeepers. So I really lucked out with that, and I really enjoyed this very much. I'm working on a different one right now, but I only have like 4 moisturizers with SPF in my collection, and I will come back around to the other one of these, you know, eventually, but I decided to work on another one that I think is a little bit older. But I feel like all of my moisturizers with SPF are like 1 to 2 years old, so I'm pretty happy with that. I would feel comfortable using them for up to 3 years, but I really don't want to have anything that's over 3 years old. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with that amount. Although I really could be happy with just having one that I'm using and one backup. So 4 is a little bit much, but it's not one of my most out of control categories, that's for sure. I also finished this Philosophy, the Micro Delivery Exfoliating Wash, and this was an oldie. This was really old. I don't know exactly how old, but I would say at least 10 years. And so this feels really good to get out. This is a physical exfoliant, so it's a gel-like product with little sandy scrubby bits that are pretty small and mixed inside of it. It didn't really suds up. I didn't really feel particularly like clean from the whatever was in that gel, but I feel like whatever grit was in there left my skin feeling really clean. I really like this, and everything was going really well for the first half of this bottle, and when I got to around the second half of the bottle, the scrubby bits disappeared. Like there weren't any scrubby bits in the product, and so I was still using it, but it wasn't exfoliating anything because there was no scrubby bits. And I thought, this must be because this is an older product. It must be because I've had it for a long time and the formula changed. But then, in a strange coincidence, I was watching a video from Victoria. It was one of her empty videos, and she had finished this exact same product, and she said the exact same thing. And I was like, no kidding, because Victoria is not the type of person to have a product that sits around for 10 years and then she uses it. She seems to be one of those people that stays on top of expiry dates and chucks the stuff that's out of date. So I'm guessing the bottle that she was using wasn't old like mine was. So I think it might be just something that happens with this product rather than a situation that was specific to me. That being said, after getting this product 10 years ago, I've since tried the Dr. Brandt microdermabrasion, and I was absolutely in love with that. Until then, I tried the Kate Somerville Exfoliate, and that's kind of been my favorite physical exfoliator for several years now. So I wouldn't repurchase this. I would much rather buy the Kate Somerville one rather than this one. So I'm really happy to have this gone. And the last of my empties for my face care are 3 of these Dr. Dennis Gross 2-step. These are chemical exfoliants. So there's 2 pads. This comes in a box of, I think, 60. And there's 2 pads in each one. And one pad has the chemical exfoliant. And you wipe it all over your face until basically there's nothing left on the wipe. And then you leave it on for 2 minutes. And then you go into the neutralizer pad. Because by then, especially if you're not used to it, your face is kind of stingy. and then you wipe the neutralizer pad everywhere you had applied the first pad, and it kind of calms down whatever acids are in the first pad. I mentioned this in my Get Ready With Me video, but the first couple times I got some sun exposure this season, I broke out with a really itchy rash. And for the most part, it affected my chest and my arms. But one day it affected my face, and my face got really red and really itchy, and like a lot of like raised, ruddy, red skin all over my face. And then once that healed, it was not looking too cute. And I usually don't have problems with my BB cream that I've been using, but even my BB cream wasn't looking too good. And this helped kind of resurface my face in just a couple days, got it back to normal. And I was really grateful to have these on hand because they really helped get my skin back to normal. And I think whatever sensitivities I was experiencing with the sun during that time frame has passed, because since then I've had a lot of sun exposure and I haven't had any problems, thank goodness. But that was kind of a strange thing. I have historically had some sensitivities, like if I'm at the beach all day long, I'll get a little itchy. But yeah, I really felt like it was worse this year than in previous years. And I'm just trying to be really conscious of making sure I apply sunscreen if there's any chance of me getting some sun exposure. So that's helped a little bit too. But these really did the trick to help my skin clear up on my face. Okay, the last category that I would like to talk about today are my makeup empties. First of all, I have my NYX, my jumbo stick in the shade Milk from NYX. And yeah, she's a goner. I did depot the remainder of the product that was left in that little tip into an empty container. It is still around. I used it for about a week straight, and I finally got a little bit sick of it. So I decided to take a break from it, and I'm finally, for the first time in like a year, working on this Benefit pencil that's been in Partners in Cream. And I'm really having fun using a different product because I've been working on the NYX Milk for so long. But I will get back to that NYX pencil, the remainder that I have in the jar at some point. I just wanted to see some progress on that Benefit pencil. But for the sake of my empties, I'm counting this as an empty because it's gone. I also finished the setting spray from Kula. This is the makeup setting sunscreen spray with SPF 30, featuring peony leaf, juniper berry, and phoenix leaf stem cells. For some reason, one day a few months ago, I clumsily knocked this off the shelf that it was sitting on, and when it hit the floor, it broke. And so I quickly deposited whatever I could get out of the bottle into this Tatcha Luminous packaging, which is a phenomenal sprayer. I kept this after I finished this a few years ago because the mister on this is just such a treat, and this is going back into my collection of good containers that are worth keeping. But after this broke, I decided I might as well start working on this. This does not have a nice smell to it. This product smells kind of stinky. Maybe like nail polish remover. Yeah, something very chemically. This also, I can tell by the way it feels, has an unbelievable amount of alcohol. It smells and feels like straight up rubbing alcohol. That being said, I don't mind that. I know that setting spray that is heavy in alcohol can have really bad effects for some people, but for me, that's what I need because I am producing oils all day long. So a setting spray loaded with alcohol definitely kind of helps to offset that a little bit and really helps my makeup to last. And that's ultimately what I'm looking for in a setting spray because I have oilier skin, like normal to oily skin. I feel like I feel like compared to the skin I used to have in my 20s, it's normal, but it's definitely oily. And in an ideal world, I would probably carry it compact with me and powder throughout the day, but I rarely bother worrying about that. I just get through the day, and when I get home, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm a little greasy. But yeah, I didn't mind the amount of alcohol, and I didn't mind the scent, And overall, I thought it was pretty good, but I can see why a lot of people would not like that and not like the scent. So you've been warned, but I enjoyed it and I would actually rebuy it again. And my last 3 empties for this month are all mascaras. I'm finally calling it quits on these 3. This was the Pure Triple Threat Mascara. This is a little sample. I did not know much about this mascara before trying it, and I was a little bit surprised to see what a teeny tiny mascara wand was on here. I tried it on my upper lashes and didn't think it did diddly squat for my upper lashes, but I thought this was the perfect wand for my lower lashes, so I basically designated this as a lower lash mascara. I had to revive it a few times with eye drops, but I kind of feel like it's time to call it quits on this, and I thought it was really good for lower lash mascaras. I don't know if they still make this anymore. I have no idea what Pure is making at this point, but I do like mascara that is designated for the lower lashes with a tiny little wand, because I do not want to try and take a big mascara wand and put it on my lower lashes. They're just too small for that. I'm also calling it quits on this mascara from Guerlain. I don't know where this came from. I want to say maybe it came from like a Sephora Favorites box, but I revived the heck out of this like 20 times because it's Guerlain. And overall, my opinion, first of all, it smells like roses. That's a little weird, right? Like, who has rose scented mascara? I didn't have any kind of negative reaction to the scent. I just think it's kind of weird that a company would think to scent a mascara like roses. Like, that is just bizarre. I found this mascara to be a really good volumizing mascara, but it didn't do much for lengthening. And I wasn't crazy about this wand. I felt like the bristles were a little too close together, like it was too dense to really catch my lashes. But at the end of the day, I probably wouldn't drop Guerlain money for a mascara. I'm kind of more, I would spend like, I don't know, I actually don't even know how much a Guerlain mascara costs. I would get a Lancome mascara for 50% off. That's the kind of money I'm willing to spend. I'm willing to buy a $30 mascara at 50% off, but I'm not really willing to buy anything more than that. I think that's my limit. Like $15 for a $30 mascara. All right, I'll do that. And I finished my Velvet Noir from Marc Jacobs. I absolutely love this mascara. I thought it was excellent. Again, I revived the heck out of it to keep it going for as long as I could. The wand was perfect. The formula was perfect. It did a great job for lengthening, so it paired well with the Guerlain. So I used the Guerlain for volumizing and this one for lengthening, and it just gave me the most beautiful, fluffy lashes ever. Unfortunately, I revived this so many times with eye drops that I suspect I changed the formula of the mascara, because at some point after many months of it working beautifully, it started to smudge, especially on my eyelid, like right here where my brow bone highlight normally goes, because a lot of times, like if I'm just like relaxed, my lashes will touch where my brow bone highlight is and it would smudge. And so I would have these like black spots all over my brow bone highlight, and that is not a good look. That's not very cute. So I decided I had to stop using this because of that. Actually, for a couple months now, I've been using the IT Superhero mascara and just kind of doing a final coat over all these other mascaras, and that kind of sealed in these mascaras, but it also felt like an unnecessary step. Like, or I could just use the IT Superhero instead of doing all this layering business. So I'm calling it quits on all those mascaras for the aforementioned reasons. I feel like I use them a lot, and I'm really happy I was able to enjoy them for as long as I did. I would absolutely buy the Marc Jacobs one again. I just thought that was a lovely, lovely mascara, of course. I guess we'll wait to see if Marc Jacobs ever comes back. There's rumors, but right now Marc Jacobs is not available and I cannot rebuy that mascara. So I'm going to move on to the next one. So far, I'm having good luck with the IT Superhero. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews for that mascara. I know Emily Noel loves that mascara. I know Kat from Kitchnich hated that mascara. And so far, I'm kind of agreeing with Emily. I'm not having any big problems. But one of Kat's biggest complaints of the Superhero seemed to be that it was too gloopy. Like every time she pulled the wand out, there was too much product on it. And unfortunately, by the time I pulled out my It's Superhero mascara to use, it was pretty much dried out. So I had to revive the heck out of it with eye drops. And I think because it was dried out and I revived it, I have a nice consistency going with it and it's not gloopy at all. But maybe I would be agreeing with Kat more if I had a brand new tube, but mine was so old that I don't know if my opinion is accurate anymore because I had to revive it. But anyways, that's what's going on with my mascaras. Let's move on to my low buy update. I have to start out by making a correction. Last month, I said that my low buy balance was negative 106.5. Now, just a reminder, I am not supposed to be in the negative. I'm supposed to be in the positive. There was no allowance made in my low buy to be in the negative. However, I've been lucky enough to receive a lot of products for review, and that counts against my low buy. And I had a pretty significant bender 2 holidays ago where I did buy some stuff that I should not have bought. And so as a result, I have a balance of negative 106.5. However, I need to give myself one more point because there was a product that I finished last month. It was from D'Alba and it was a face wash, and it took me like 2 years to get through that sucker. I didn't give myself any points for finishing that because I didn't think I charged myself any points for it to come in. I didn't double check. I just was going from memory. And after I posted that video, somebody in the comments was like, why didn't you give yourself a point for the face wash? And I thought, well, before I tell her I didn't charge myself any points to get it, let me double check and make sure that I didn't charge myself. And sure enough, I did charge myself 2 points when those products came in. So I am going to give myself a point for that D'Alba face wash from last month. So that leaves my low buy balance at negative 105.5. And I am going to give myself, all right, hopefully I got this right. It's hard to keep track of my own rules that I made. And I try to keep this as simple as possible, but it's still hard to keep track, especially when some of these products came in within the last 2 years and I've switched my low buy rules around a little bit here and there. But I think I'm gonna give myself 6.5 points towards my low buy this month. I am going to give myself a point for the Guerlain, a point for the face scrub, a point for the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, a point for the hair gel, and a point for the body wash. And then I'm also going to give myself a half a point for the Clinique moisturizer and these 2 mascaras. So I believe that's 6.5 points. I'm pretty sure I did not charge myself any points for this when this came in. And I'm pretty sure I didn't charge myself any points for this when this came in. I might go back and double check at some point, but I'm pretty sure I didn't charge myself any points for either of those when they came in. So I cannot charge myself points for them leaving. So that leaves me with 6.5 points towards my low buy bank, which would bring my low buy balance to negative, is it 99? Yeah, right? Negative 99, I think, right? I'll double check all these, but I believe it's negative 99. The only question is, did anything new come into my life over the past month? And the answer is yes. So close to being out of the triple digits, but I am not. I was lucky enough to receive 2 eyeshadow sticks from IT Cosmetics and Influencer for review. These are the shades Silk Armor and Passionate Pearl. I'll give you guys some swatches. I also posted these on my Instagram. Silk Armor is, there you go, kind of like a rose gold. Reminds me of Amber from the L'Oreal Infallible the Pigments. And Passionate Pearl is a pretty whitish shade right there. Passionate Pearl makes a beautiful inner corner highlight, or yeah, it makes a beautiful inner corner highlight. I would compare the quality of these shadow sticks to Laura Mercier or Mally. They're the kind of shadow sticks that when you apply them, you have a couple of seconds to move them around or blend them out with a brush if you need to, but then they really do set and they don't budge. And that is really the quality that I'm looking for in a shadow stick. It's been one of my biggest problems with the NYX Jumbo Pencils in Milk. They never set, and I tend to get creasing with them, but these set, and for that reason, I really like them. Unfortunately, I didn't really need these. I have a lot of shadow sticks, and so I probably have dupes of these, at least one, if not 2 or 3 dupes of these exact shades in my collection already. But that being said, I feel like these are really good products. They have a range of colors. I want to say maybe 10 colors. So if you're interested in a shadow stick that sets, but you aren't interested in these colors, check out their range because they do have several other colors. But these 2 little guys came into my collection this past month, so I need to charge myself 4 points against my low buy, which brings me to -103. So that's a bummer. And I have bad news. I think next month is going to be even worse. Just a little forewarning. I don't think next month is going to be a good month either. I can think of some things that are coming their way to me, and yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I am happy that my low buy bank is a small step closer to the right direction, even though a couple new things came in. Those 6.5 points for my empties were great. I also got some more perfume empties that gets me closer to 10, which will get me another ½ point towards my low buy bank. I didn't really talk about that this month, but all in all, I'm happy to have all of these products leaving my stash this month and only 2 little guys coming in. So that is going to be it for this Empties and Low Buy update for the month of May. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me while I slowly put my crazy life back together. And I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. See? Look. They don't budge. They don't budge.